Hello, I am Tara, and we are going to do watercolor salt resist night sky with watercolors, salt, water, and a piece of paper. I use cardstock because it's a little heavier, but watercolor paper is awesome if you have it. Okay, I'm going to turn the computer facing the table more so you're not going to see me much. And we're going to try to paint upside down so you can see what I'm doing easier. You can see the whole piece of paper though, so I experimented and know that that's working. Okay, so one of my rules for watercolor is I always wash my paintbrush when I dip it in color and then use it. I then clean it so you have true pretty watercolor colors. This paintbrush is shedding. It's brand new. Alright. We're just gonna roll with that, I guess. And if you load up your paintbrush with more paint, let me see if I can show you what I'm doing here. Load it up with more paint, it's gonna be more vivid. This paintbrush is not impressive. Okay. Add some of that to it. In my preschool art class, I always had them wash their paintbrush every single time they changed colors. It's a good practice to have because then your stuff isn't all gross all the time. I'm gonna add some more intensity to that. I don't know what I'm doing because it's art and you just kind of go with it. There's no right or wrong way to do anything in art, in my opinion, because it is your form of expression, so you can do what you like. I'm going to add the darker colors later because dark seems to take over things really easy. Could get philosophical there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to add some purples out to the edge. I want my purples pretty vivid, so I put some water in the well that has the purple in it. Try to soak up some water and some paint. It gets a little thicker and more vivid. And you can always go over the top of other colors. This paintbrush is terrible. Don't mind me. Alright, here comes the darker stuff. You can stop whenever you want to. Just going around the edges. See how the black watercolor covers all the other watercolors? That's why you want to do the light stuff first generally. At least I do. Because it's harder to cover up a mistake with a darker color than it is with a lighter color if you do make a mistake. It doesn't turn quite the way you want it to. That's okay. We're experimenting with colors. All right. Some yellow to this. I'm trying to do like a winter sunset thing here. And if you blend it into the other color, see how I'm making green over here? That's another fabulous thing with watercolors. I need some more storminess over here. And then we want to make sure it's wet. So get your brush wet. Oops, forgot the top here. That is okay. I'm going to add some more darkness. Ah, too much darkness. It's okay. Well, see, that's another darker color. Blue is darker than like yellow and green and the other lighter colors. And as you can see from my experimentation here, that it can take over. I'm trying to get it to be darker on the... There we go. I'm liking how this is coming together now. I wanted it to blend more. Okay. Now that it's wet, you add salt. It's going to be messy. It's going to be okay. I'm going to salt all over the table. And you let that dry. You let your paint dry. Wow, there's a lot of bristles in here. That is a sad brush. If your brush bristles start falling apart, get another brush. That's what I recommend. Alright. So then you've got a night sky. I'm going to get a paper towel so I can dry it faster. All right. Oh yes, it's showing. Okay, so if you see that, the salt has made the watercolors kind of move away from where the salt was. That's the salt resist part. I am going to go and wipe off the salt. All right, now that I've wiped off the salt, mostly, do you see all that speckled stuff? That is where the salt was, and paint. Now, just gonna add some trees to this because why not? And in winter, most winters, not necessarily this one because there's still leaves on the trees, which kind of weirded me out. Usually there are not tree leaves in winter. So you just add whatever tree you want. If you don't want to add a tree, you can add a pine tree. Charlie Brown tree. It's very sparse. You can do whatever kind of tree you want. You don't have to do trees. You can do mountains. You can leave it blank. It's really pretty just by itself. All colorful. Like that needs more. I use a Sharpie. If you have a caregiver or whoever you're with, you can ask them for a Sharpie, or you can just do pen, or you can do pencil. Pencil's not going to show up nearly as good because it's over watercolor. So there you have it. You've got a watercolor salt resist winter sky. And then in my preschool art class, I always have them sign it because it is not complete until you sign it. So I want to sign my name in the corner. Ta-da! Thanks for watching my tutorial on the salt winter sky. I hope you like it. Again, paper towels are amazing if you want to speed up the process of drawing. And thank you for watching my preschool art video on how to watercolor. Have a good day. Thanks.